I'm joined by Randall Wallace, the director and screenwriter for Heaven is for Real, and Corum, who plays Colton Baker. Thank you guys for joining me.
It's so good to be here.
Randall, what was it that really attracted you to this film?
Well, in Braveheart, I wrote the words, "Every man dies, not every man really lives." Heaven is for Real takes this to the next step. It's like everybody dies. What next? What happens then? And it was a story I just couldn't resist for that question. It's universal.
Yeah. Well, this is based on a true story, so that has to affect your screenwriting process.
Yes, you need to be faithful to the book, and the book sold 8 or 9 million copies already. It's still selling. It's back to #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. So we needed to be faithful to that story, and to be faithful, the biggest thing was, how do we find the right guy to play this young man? Somebody you'd absolutely believe.
And you picked a good one. Colton, is this your first film?
Mhm.
Yeah? Did you enjoy doing it?
Yes, I did.
What was your favorite part?
The part when I got to see myself throw up.
The part when you got to see yourself throw up.
Yeah, that was an exciting day.
Yeah, I bet. Do you believe in heaven?
Mhm.
How has this story really impacted your life?
It's made me think about heaven in different terms, because when you have the idea of some vague, beautiful place, that's one thing. But when you've got a story about a child who says in absolute innocence, "I was there," then you're confronted with a whole different set of issues, of thinking of heaven as something specific and tangible, and something that we would have to portray in the movie, that we would be able to give the audience a glimpse of heaven.
Did you ever have any doubts about the truth and the validity of the story?
I did. I did. And I think that outside the Christian faith, people think of Christians as not having doubts, that faith is what happens when you take your brain out of your head, you take the doubts away from your life. And the way I see it is that faith is the courage you have in the presence of doubt. Mm-hmm. And in fact, the story is about the confrontation of doubt. And Greg Kinnear's character is when this little guy comes in and starts saying things in a way that you know is perfectly innocent and perfectly true. Mm-hmm. Then you're confronted with, what do I believe now?
Sure. This book, like you said, has been a New York Times bestseller. What do you think it is about this story that makes it such a crossover, that it can appeal to a faith-based audience and also a secular audience?
I think faith-based, as Hollywood uses it, is sort of a lazy term, because every human being is concerned with the issues of life and death, and is life eternal. It's not just a matter of watching someone when they die, but watching babies be born, watching new life come into the world makes you think they came from somewhere, and wherever they came from, that's where we go.
Well, great. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. It was so nice to meet you, and it was nice to meet you, Randall, as well. And you did a great job in the film.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanner.